Hi everybody, it's the Intuitive Healer, and today I'll be doing a reading for the sign of Sagittarius. So let's go ahead and tune your energy, Sagittarius. All right, for those of you stopping by for the very first time, welcome to the channel. And for those of you already part of the Intuitive Healer Tarot family, well, welcome back, my lovelies. So glad to have you back. And I just wanted to put a couple things out there really quick about what I'm doing now, and I do have a little opening there for some readings. So if you'd like to get a reading with me, all my information is down there in that description box below. Alrighty, so let's get into this. Let's create a vortex of opening. Ascended Masters, angels, and guides, those who have crossed over, please guide us to the highest and best messages for the sign of Sagittarius. Please and thank you. Blessed be, it is done. And so it is. All right, we have a few cards popping out here. So the first card I really want to talk about here is our miracle of nature. It says, thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. And I think that some of you Sagittarians out there are really getting some nature lately, and you have been going outside and getting, you know, that fresh air, really understanding that nature is calling and you've got to go. So our first card here is self-initiation. This is you taking this progression and moving your life forward. This is you understanding that you are of importance. That is all about you and your self-love and nurturing yourself in the best possible ways. So Sagittarius, I think because you're so connected with nature, you're starting to get this inner guidance that's coming in and helping you prevail to the next level of your life. Now you are moving into a beautiful state of the swan, and so there is a lot of grace that is surrounding you at this time. There's also this understanding around patience and, you know, having things in a really timely manner. And so I think it's you conjuring up all of that energy via, you know, downloads in nature is what's conspiring you to be more in a place of your higher guidance. Now, this card is all about the moon, and the moon expresses a lot of energy surrounding emotions. And when we are directly related to the moon, we have these inner dialogues that are spinning, and we're actually trying to navigate through that energy to get to the next level of our life. And so as time goes by, we start to simplify those things in our lives and create less dramatic stuff and more, you know, I say authentic nature. And so that's why you're gravitated towards nature at this time. Now, being a fire sign, you tend to like to stir up the pot a little bit in your life, or at least have it entertaining and exciting, right? So we do have the legacy of light that comes in to shine the bright light on our behaviors and allow us to transmute and transcend that which is not in our highest best. So Sagittarius, you know, as we continue to walk in this life, there are valuable lessons and valuable people that have to come into play. And so across the water is basically this energy that surrounds you in the sense of really being with flow, you know, really navigating towards the next place in your life or career or, you know, relationship, and being in flow because you are making all the right choices at this time. There is this Magdalene energy around you, and I think that you're praying for something better. And so with that being said, let's go on to the next deck. Now, Sagittarius, I think that we're in a place where we're in higher alignment with, I would say, your higher guidance, that some things come in to allow us to transmute and transcend. And this is giving forgiveness towards those people in the past that did you wrong. Now, fire signs tend to hold on to the dramatics because it hurt. And that fire continues to burn within them. And so it is really valuable for fire signs to be in a place where they can let go of past disappointments and create some forgiveness in their life. Now, there is a support team around you right now. And as I always say this, you guys know I channel angels. So I always know that even if you're alone, Sagittarian, you're actually with people. You're with a higher guidance of energy, your ascended masters, your angels, your guides, even the people that have passed over in your life. They are there to support you in this higher guidance, to help you to have an effortless life so that, you know, all of your genuine efforts towards placing action and the desires that you want get a little support. So it's good at this time for you to demonstrate a lot of love to yourself, but it says find out what's important to those you love and try to act upon it. Maybe there's somebody in your life right now that just came out of a dark period, Sagittarius, and you can offer a little, you know, nurturing and support, a little compassion to them. So I would say that that would be in your best interest to help if you can. Okay? Says the only thing that is real is love, and it says shift your focus back to love. So if you were in a situation here recently where you're like, I'm gonna go camping by myself, I'm not gonna do any of this stuff with other people, I'm gonna get away from the dramatics, well, it's just asking you to come into a place of loving. So, you know, even though we do have areas of our life where, you know, people will come in and stir up the pot, create some dramatic, we don't need to harbor ill feelings towards them. You know, we've got to let go of the behaviors. They're just lessons, you know. One of my clients the other day said, hey, you know, what do I do after the relationship's over? Is it okay for me to be mad? And I said, well, not really. I think that it's in your best interest to give gratitude for the relationship and the energy that it served in your life. There was a lesson here that was valuable to you that you didn't see. And so instead of us coming into a place where we're being mad at things, we need to come to a place of forgiveness and saying, hey, this was a valuable lesson. Maybe this taught me about what I like and what I don't like, or maybe it came into a place where it was an energy that was like, wow, you know, I learned a lot from that person, even though maybe we're not together. I learned a lot. So this, again, this is a little validation showing that you're into that place of grace and you are flowing with the universe because you're making a difference in your life finally and the people around you. It says, my inner light shines far and wide. You're also standing very firm in your truth at this time, and you're noble, brave, and strong. Now you are listening to your higher heart right now, and you're listening to your higher guidance. Your intuition is kicking in deeply, and you're receiving messages from your heart. You also are looking forward towards the future, and you're stepping into a future that looks like an amazing, amazing life. So let's get into some Zen Tarot here. Actually, you know what? Let me do the doorway cards here, because I didn't do that earlier. Oh, look at this. Nomad. Okay, it says the nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. So again, this is like you being in a place where they don't want you to harbor those feelings. Let go of those feelings. It doesn't matter. You know, sometimes it's best to forgive the behavior and just look at it as a lesson. You know, it's really not about the behavior so much as it is the awareness of it, right? It says the art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Behold in your skin, let your love dance in sight. Here we have Jude's song. It says, a reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. And I think this is you going back to a place of nature where you can find some peace. Let's see what Zen Tarot has to say about this. Yeah, I think it's really interesting that we follow, you know, here we go, our inner voice. our inner guidance, our intuition, and know that there is a time and a place for the madness, and pick and choose your battles correctly. You don't need to be fighting with somebody right now. You need to be tuning into your higher existence. We do have these ancestral messages coming through clearly for all of us because, you know, we are dealing with a lot of past life. There is a rebel in us that's getting tamed at this time. So that's why you're going into those places of nature and, you know, really understanding where you're at. Time to get happy and playful in your life. No more sadness. When you go into nature, you can play like a kid. And when we start tuning into our inner child, things start looking better. Just saying. All right, let's see. Yep, and then we're not pulled from life. Okay, the totality card to me really represents this pulling, you know, maybe being caught up in the house all day long, or maybe being stuck to a job, being indoors and wanting to be out in nature. That's what this totality card is like. You're being pushed and pulled, you know, around what you love and what you don't love, because harmony in nature is where you'd actually like to be. I think that's your peace and calm, and that's okay. You know what, Sagittarius, if that's where your good stuff is, go in there and create a rebirth for yourself. Tune into nature, tune into the higher guidance, get those messages that you really need. It's celebration time. I do sense a lot of prosperity, abundance, and a lot of higher guidance towards what? Love. It is true love season, and there is this innocence around it that is going to come in and be very inviting to you because you're tuning into nature and you are tuning into the higher guidance. Now, if we're outside the body seeking things out, you know, I'm going to talk about material stuff. Well, we're not going to be able to have the courage to have the things that we really, really love. All right, you guys. So this has been your personal reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but, you know, if you're cross watchers, I hope there were some valuable things that you took from this reading. If you like it, go ahead and give it a like. Make sure you hit that subscription button, and also tune in, get a reading from me. You'd be surprised on what comes up and shows up in your life. All right. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. And I hope that, you know, you seek out the peace instead. All right, Sagittarius, namaste.